Recent reports are reporting one of the most influential creators of all time, after me, of course, your boy Perfect Mike, Logan Paul, the man himself, the myth, the legend, the man that was canceled in 2018 for that one nonsense he posted. Logan Paul recently made a podcast called Logan Paul Praises Andrew Tate, Slams Liver King for Lying, Warns Patty the Baddie, Impulsive number 356. 2 days ago, 1.2 million views. And it brought up some drama, a controversy, which is something Logan Paul is pretty good at. Now, me personally, I like Logan. I've been a low gangster since 2016, but some people are speaking about this controversy he created recently, where it does sound like he's pressing and questioning George's faith and religion. But that's not it. In this episode, something's not right about Logan. He seems to be acting as like a child. He's acting as if he was on that powder. But see for yourself. Let's get right to the point. George versus Logan, religion debate.
I've been bullying him so hard. I thought this was so funny, bro. In the group chat, he's texting the Impulsive group chat, and he's like, guys, I was up all night just f***ing my pants. Like, it was something in the lunch yesterday. And I texted him, I said, more time to pray.
Bro, dude, me and Logan have this combative like argument about Jesus all the time. And people always come up to me like,
combative, bro. I'm encouraging you to pray.
Bro,
you have extra time, you shit, and might as well.
You are mean to me about my Lord and Savior. And let me tell you something.
He's my Lord and Savior too.
Well, I know that, but you don't recognize that, and you're mean to me about it. But it's okay.
Logan, as George just mentioned, only looks at things that are backed in fact and science. And I understand that. George believes in things that are backed simply by faith and age-old storytelling.
I mean, yes and no. I do. There's a lot of scientific fact that backs the Bible.
Sure. And so what they've gotten into here is a theological rumble. They're in a theological Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? And they have been for like the past couple months.
We did a photo shoot. And then Logan Googled Jesus Christ and started posing like him.
It was the lost Leonardo.
Is that what it was? I just saw pictures of Jesus, and you were like,
picture of Jesus. He did like a cool thing with his like hand. And I wanted to like recreate it for a photo because I'll be honest with you, bro. Jesus Christ.
Oh God, bro.
And people don't think that about him. That guy is dope.
Well, I
don't mean to get into any religion. I don't want to change anyone's beliefs or anything. But Logan, first off, the creator shall not be referred to as that guy. Come on, that's the creator, God, the higher power. Any of those are acceptable. But that guy, and any other guy, nah. It's offensive to a lot of people.
So here's the issue. I told Logan this. We've been going back and forth on this. And a lot of times, Logan...
I hate you so much. Go ahead.
A lot of times Logan will look to me and like look at my opinion of a situation, or I'll come in and chime in on a situation. I said to him on this one specifically, you have to be very careful when you mock, or not mock even, but when you become playful with people's religions.
Yes.
Religion is a very, very intimate relationship that people have in their lives. I likened it to basically coming in and saying to someone,
as they say, there's two topics that you should not argue about, but I say there's three. Number one, religion. That you don't want to bring that up. You will make enemies because everyone has different beliefs. And if you try to force your belief on someone else, they're forcing it on you, things can get messy. And then there's politics. You guys already know why. And then there's sports, specifically certain teams. When two fanatics of opposite teams meet and argue, things get messy for sure.
Like if you walked into someone's home and said, yo, I believe your wife is ugly. That's hand throwing shit.
I know,
right?
But is she ugly?
It doesn't matter. Be honest. If I walked in and I said, yo, your girl's ugly, you would punch me in the face.
But she's not ugly.
But that's fine,
would you
but
say that? Would you say that? Look, would you tell somebody that his wife is ugly?
I wouldn't say that. No, I would not go out of my way.
Okay.
But if she was ugly,
and he asked you, hey, do you think my wife is ugly?
No, not even that. But would you ever offer it? Like without being queried?
No.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. People have a very intimate relationship. People feel that they've been saved, that their lives have been saved by their gods, by whoever they choose to call their higher power. You're even just questioning that, especially in the way that you do, which is never very skillful or graceful in any way, is harmful and is destructive.
I disagree.
To people.
I disagree. I don't think that we have to condemn homosexuality. I don't think that we have to condemn sex before marriage, or a slew of
don't condemn it.
I don't know if I can. I just don't know if I can get behind. Like that's silly to me. That seems silly to me. So I think it's a silly practice to engage in, and I think it's I think it deserves satire. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but that's not-
You subscribe to a doctrine that slams homosexuality. Come on, bro. That's ridiculous.
I mean, first of all, every religion, Muslims, Jewish people, Christians, they all believe.
Well,
that
Georgie, that's the other
Hold
thing.
on, let him
Everyone,
talk. Well, let him
but
speak.
that's the other
Well,
thing.
let him speak.
Every, you all think you're right, and you think that the Muslims are going to hell, and they think that you're going to hell, and the Jews
I
think
never
that
said that. You can't
you're
put words in my house.
No, in his
But-
house.
but you
put
do.
words in his house.
You can't
Let
put
him-
words in my mouth. I never said that.
Let him speak.
If you believe in Christianity, it's what you think. You
I
don't,
don't
you
think
might not.
that is. I don't think
but-
that is the case.
See, I think this is the problem, Logan. You assume so much.
I was just thinking that, like, Logan is thinking as if he knows all about the religion. That's not right. When people just assume like that, I don't know if they're probably just kind of angry right now and they start saying dumb things. But it's his belief. You can't tell him it's silly. You can just be like, oh, I sort of disagree with it, maybe, but not, oh, your beliefs are silly. No, come on, man. That's just not right.
That you're like, you don't know one Bible
What
verse.
happens to a Muslim when they die, George?
I don't know. God says no one knows who goes to heaven or hell. That's in the Bible.
But they do go to heaven or hell.
Yes.
A Muslim can go to heaven.
Yes.
Can a Jewish person go to heaven?
Again, I don't know who goes to heaven or hell. I am not.
These questions they're just not right questions. You know, he's I don't know what to say. These just questions just don't really deserve a response.
Not the guy who decides who's going to heaven or hell.
But doesn't your scripture say something about if you're not subscribed to Christianity?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Basically, it's a sin, and you're
you
going to be
can only
banished?
go through the Father, through the Son. Yeah. So Christianity believe that through Jesus.
Now that he mentioned subscribe, if you're not subscribed to Perfect Mike, you're a boy. I mean, what are you doing? You know, are you really even doing? You know, like, it's this very simple task. All you really got to do is just tap the button and forget about it. You know, that's so simple. This is why so many people never progress in life, because they don't do simple things. You know, so it's just, you know, if you just tap it, we'll be good.
You could be saved, but that doesn't mean
Only
I
for
go
Jesus,
condemn.
not Allah.
But question: what makes you think I'm going around condemning people? That's what I want to know. Because you always put that on me. You always yell at me about gay people. I never once talk about gay people.
Because you're subscribed to the doctrine that perpetuates that information.
I'm subscribed to love my neighbor.
Not everyone in your religion is.
That's
but
fine.
singling out.
It's not fine.
Hold on.
You're sitting in the same boat with some really hateful
Let
people.
me help for a sec.
Hold
on. Let me help for a sec.
No, Mike, let me help. First off, I don't know anything like about religions and stuff, but I will say this: from what I've heard, there's a lot of different types of Christians. It's not all one. They don't all believe in the same exact thing. You know, some add things, some don't, and some are more forgiving towards that community. You know, that LGBTQ. They don't hate it. Like, they're not gonna avoid communication with someone of that community just because of, you know, of the religion. They're not gonna hate anyone because of it. They're not attacking anyone because of it. No, they just don't agree because it's okay to not agree, right? Logan is saying it as if anybody from that religion hates anyone from the LGBTQ, which is not correct. They just don't agree with their beliefs. That's it. I get it. There are some religions that really do attack it. I'm not sure which ones they are. We can disagree. I don't think Christian is one of them.
Okay.
Singling
Help me
out.
talk.
No, let me jump in from my point of view, please.
Okay.
Singling out specific wrongs in a religion, singling out certain people that subscribe to that religion is an exercise in futility. I could say the same for a ton of atheists that have severe malpractice in their way of thinking. So I think that's I believe that there have been.
The atheists aren't guided by anything other than their own personal beliefs, which, by the way, could be right or could be wrong.
Okay.
But, and I'll say this again.
So
at the end of the day, I don't know.
Okay, so
and I'm
my
not
question
saying
is
one
this.
thing or another. I just am definitely questioning why we have to perpetuate a belief that is silly.
I agree, but you.
A belief that is silly. That's kind of, you know, considering how intelligent Logan is, this subject, not so much. You might think it's silly to you, but you can't tell anybody else that their belief is silly. You know, that's just, they think different things. Logan thinks intercourse should be allowed before marriage. Well, the people that wait for intercourse till marriage would think that it's silly to not wait for intercourse until marriage. You know, just go laying around with a bunch of different people before the age of 20. They might think it's not right. They might think that's silly. They're going to tell you your belief is silly. Pretty simple. I don't know. I'm telling you, this guy Logan's on something. This podcast.
Bashing me in front of a group of people for my beliefs is not right. And you're an atheist, and I'm looking at you like you're wrong.
No, I'm not an atheist.
Well, regardless of where you're coming from,
What do you describe yourself as?
I guess
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Agnostic. I think I would be agnostic. Like I do identify with a higher being, a spiritual.
All right. A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. Okay, so that's what he is. I've never heard of that.
What any religion would call God, the universe per se. But I think the pillars of religion have a lot of really beautiful things to them. I just also think it can get dangerous for the wrong.
The parable or the adage that you should live your life by is live and let live.
Yep.
What is it that is so bothersome about George's belief that
I would love to speak about this too, by the way.
We all can. Can I speak as well?
I know, but I keep getting like cut off.
You're not, because I'm on your side and I'm trying to help
I get it,
you,
but I
and
feel like you're
promise
speaking for me.
I will tell you this, George, apparently he's 29. George kind of acts immature-ish. It sounds like he sometimes tries to force his belief on someone else, although he says he doesn't. It seems like it is, because I've seen a lot of podcasts of these guys, and George will just bring it up every time and like try to like make other people believe what he believes in.
Man, I don't agree with everything.
I'm asking him a question.
I feel like that.
I'm asking him a question.
I feel like that.
I know, but I'd love to talk because
Can I finish my question, have him answer it, and then you could go uninterrupted for 20 minutes?
Okay.
What is it about that idea of live and let live that is, or not doing that is so difficult to do? Like, why can't George just believe in what he wants to believe in? Someone else can believe in what they want to believe in, and everyone can have their own.
No, they can, and that's where I always end up. Like, I'm not here to try to change anyone's mind, but I'm always here for the conversation because I find it fascinating. And maybe one day I'll, get the answers that I'm kind of just curious about. Not seeking, but I'm just curious.
100%.
It really does fascinate me.
I know it does. I was angry with you for a very long time because of this situation. And I'm not trying to like be a dramatic person right now, but genuinely, like,
that's what I was looking for earlier. Yeah, George seems to get dramatic pretty easily sometimes, and like he keeps bringing up his past, always like, oh, I was going through a very tough time. And it's all right. Yeah, everyone goes through tough times. His probably was more than others. I'm not saying it's not, but he tends to bring it up often, give people advice as if he knows everything sometimes. That's what I've noticed. I'm not saying it's how he is. I could be wrong.
I know people that hate me, that treat me better about my faith than you, and you're my best friend. So like, I get you're wrestling with it and you like to tackle things head on. And I've told you before, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it peacefully, or we don't even have to talk about it. But if you notice, I never ever question anybody's beliefs or push them to believe in Jesus. I express my love. And if you express your higher power, I'm all ears, and I will listen to you for days and express, because there's a lot of takeaway I could learn from it. All I'm saying is I think you're so quick because you believe in something so much that you're determined for me to see it from your point of view. And that's how wars are started.
What do you think I believe in, George? Because it sounds like you have a misconception about what you think I believe.
Buddy, you cannot tell me about misconception and you keep misquoting the Bible and you keep putting me into a box that I'm not in. You keep bringing up that I bash gay people all the time. When have I ever done that?
Bro, that is a staple of your religion, and it's not bashing gay people. It's condemning them.
But have
for
you,
what they
as,
like.
for
That's
as Janko, as
ridiculous.
your best friend, have you ever seen me to any straight man or gay man or any type of person ever? Have I ever shown any hatred ever?
No, but you're in the same boat with a large group of people that do.
I believe I'm in the same boat with a lot of hypocrites, and I do agree.
Well, about that, for example, because Logan keeps thinking that, the Christian Bible condemns anybody from like the LGBTQ community, but Logan thinks that it's silly that Bible doesn't really like that. Logan just thinks his beliefs are better to not hurt anyone's feelings.
Agree. I think there's a lot of hypocrites, but you can't paint me out to be like somebody I'm not.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about religion is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to ask you again.
Yeah.
What do you think I believe?
You?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that you believe in a higher power. I believe that it's not a God. I believe you think it's a force, an energy, and you're trying to put together where our energy goes afterwards, and you're still in the midst of putting that together. I listen to you. Have I ever bashed that?
No.
Never. I never would. And I believe that your energy is the same of me. But this is the way I want all of us to like be together. Like at the end of the day, bro, I can never prove to you that Jesus Christ exists. I can never do that. You can never prove that your belief system exists. What we could do is have like-minded conversations and grow from it. And I want there to be love in the conversation instead of like, because like if we pick on each other and other things, it's totally fine. Like you suck at comedy. I get that. Everybody knows that. All that stuff. But when it comes to religion, you have to tiptoe.
No, I don't.
Well, I do with anybody. And by the way, you brought up like Muslims and Jews. Dude, I sit at synagogues and talk to rabbis all the time and pick their brains. I sit with Muslim people. They're most peaceful people. We went to Saudi Arabia.
Right? I want you to say it right now.
Who's right? right?
Whose God is real?
My God is real in my eyes.
Not Allah.
I don't believe that Allah is real in my eyes.
A lot of Muslims would disagree with you.
But does that mean I have to disrespect their beliefs? No, absolutely not. Does that mean we can't break bread and hang out and discuss?
No, it doesn't mean that.
So why does it have to be like, who's right? I need to know right now. Why can't this just be your life journey and just figure it out yourself?
Live and let live.
You know what I mean?
That's where I always land. But
you land on my face with your kicks sometimes with the mean words you say. I think you're so giant with your words, you really don't know what you step on when you say things. Like really, like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way or trying to pull at you.
Probably because, as I said earlier, George would try to bring this topic on all the time, and I'm guessing Logan's kind of just tired of it. Not disrespecting Logan's beliefs. It's just, okay, if he doesn't believe it, stop forcing it on him. If he doesn't agree with it, you agree, stop trying to bring it up. Of course, if you keep bringing up something to someone that doesn't like that topic, they're gonna start getting offensive or be like, okay, then you're wrong. Your beliefs are wrong. Mine are right. I feel that's kind of where Logan's going, because as I've seen plenty of times, George brings this topic up a lot of times. Logan doesn't like it. George should see that. And George expects everyone to be nice to him all the time for it, or like not be offensive or anything, but that just doesn't happen. If you notice that you're saying something to your friend, and he's not liking it or not agreeing with what you're saying, then just stop bringing that subject up. Just keep that to yourself. Believe it yourself. Let them do whatever they want. So what?
I think that you have so much going on in your life and you're so like power driven that you will mow past your friends and family without knowing.
if I say something, I've said it intentionally,
and that
unless I'm drunk. But can you say something? I'm sure you sound pretty specific in your recollection of your memory right now. Can you give an example of
one that really hurt me? Is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus.
No,
that one hurt me.
No, I didn't. I said you need a therapist because Jesus isn't quite doing it for you.
No,
which is true.
No, you didn't. I don't want to stand down. No, you didn't.
You think I said you need a therapist because you believe in Jesus? I checked you and I said, "What did you just say to me?" And you said, "What did I say?" And you stumbled. And you're like, "I don't know. What would I say?" And then you fumbled. I'm not backing down from this. It is common knowledge that you don't interpret reality like reality happens, and you heard that incredibly wrong. You think I said you need a therapist because you believe in Jesus?
What do I need a therapist for then?
Jesus isn't doing it for you, and I believe
what do I need a therapist for?
I don't believe you're as emotionally mature as you could be.
Then what do I need Jesus for? I mean, what do I need a therapist for?
To get you to level up.
In what?
Yourself.
In what category? So when you think George needs a therapist, what category am I following?
Emotional intelligence.
Me.
Yes.
I'm not emotionally intelligent. Could you pick a time and frame any day of our life?
Here's one. 3 weeks ago when you were sitting in that chair, you stormed off this exact podcast because you were upset about something a comedian said.
He did, and I saw that video.
There was certain...
He is clocked out.
Yeah, I know.
George has been under a tremendous amount of abuse.
No,
stop, George. I want you over here with me. George, I want you over here with me.
That podcast was actually pretty funny. George did storm up the podcast. He was pretty upset at what Bobby Lee was interrupting him for. Either way, you don't just say you need a therapist because your religion isn't doing it for you. Obviously, I'm not sure if religion teaches people to not overreact or not be dramatic. But even if it does, a lot of people don't follow it. And you don't just say that to somebody who's very deep into their beliefs. That's offensive. You should just be like, all right, I think you're not very emotional intelligent. Get yourself a therapist, so you can stop being so dramatic, but not be like, oh, you need a therapist because Jesus isn't doing it for you. No, that's offensive. And that's not offensive towards one person. That's offensive towards anyone in that religion.
I was upset that I finally discussed.
Listen, I just answered your question. I'm not looking for rationalization about the thing. I just answered your question.
Also, you said in the past that you like it when people storm off. So I asked you, if I get upset and I want to storm off, is it cool? And you said, absolutely.
Georgie, you left, bro.
I'm going to jump in on that one. I'm not sure.
George was being dramatic in that podcast, and he did leave. Like, he didn't come back. But then again, at the end of that podcast, Logan thinks that Mike is walking off as well. But Mike is actually just going to look for George. And Logan takes off his headphones and says, I'm leaving too.
If he doesn't come back here by the time I'm done,
I'm walking too. I'm walking too. I'm walking too. I'm walking too.
What the fuck?
No, you get him. I'll
You better come back because...
Logan.
So Logan was about to leave. The only reason Logan didn't leave is because Mike was actually just looking for George, and he just stayed back while Logan went. But everybody has issues.
Sure that's representative of emotional intelligence. What happens in content is content, bro. It could be entertainment. There's a million things that could happen there.
So should I cite another example?
You can. Yeah, I'm going to jump in occasionally as a guide here.
As a mediator.
I think every single person on this planet could really benefit from therapy.
I do agree. And what did I say? I said, yeah, I would love that. And I think
it would be great for you. you. I really do.
No, I agree, but I don't think saying, even, okay, hypothetically say you truly did in your heart feel like I needed a therapist.
Which I do.
Okay, but that was the first time we ever brought it up. Do you feel like bringing my higher power or something that I fall in love with to use an example for failing me to use as leverage for me to get a therapist? Do you think that is something a loving human being would say
I do.
to somebody?
I love you. And I don't think Jesus is evolving you in a way that you could be.
That's fine to say that, yes.
It comes...
No, it's not fine to say that. You evolve yourself. You believe in Jesus, maybe. You believe in the scriptures. You believe in the ways of the Bible. You believe in the ways of the religion. But I don't think it's really meant to like evolve you, like to not be so dramatic or anything. No, that's what all like books are for. Learning is for education. But Logan says it in a way that makes it sound that religion has failed George, and the therapist would be better than religion. That's how he makes it sound. He's very bad in phrasing things, because I'm not sure he meant that intentionally. He could have, I'm not sure, but he's not good at phrasing things, and it makes him look bad.
It's coming from a place of love. I want you to be the best person that you could possibly be. If what I've examined and witnessed in your behavior, I don't think the prayer is doing enough. I think actual conversation with a medical professional will help you learn and discover a lot more about yourself that may open up a bit more wavelengths in your brain to become the person that you want to become.
Got you. Now, here's my other question. Did anyone here in this room at all, realistically, know I was going through something?
About that, you never know who is going through something. Mike could have been going through something. Lloyd could have been going through something. You don't take it out on other people. Obviously, I've done it. Everyone has done it. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. So yeah, George could have been going through something, and it could have been very bad. You know, I don't know what he felt. Could have been very bad. But either way, you know, if it's that bad that you can't control yourself, then don't be present in a scenario where you're gonna get roasted. Don't go to the podcast that you know you're gonna get roasted for any little mistake you make, or especially because there was a comedian, a professional comedian there that is fantastic at roasting individuals. You know, so that was your fault for being there in the first place.
When?
Mike.
I did.
When the 2 years that I had the hardest years of my life was this past 2 years. Did anybody here know this?
If you didn't tell anyone, how would we know that?
Well, one,
Yeah, the worst 2 years of your life. As you said plenty of times before, you are blessed. I'm not saying your struggles are not bad. Yes, everyone has struggles. Some are worse than others, like I said. That doesn't mean you need a babysitter. As they said there, he's 29. And if he does tell, okay, what are they gonna do? He still has to go through it with, I don't know if it was like family issues or something, which is always sad for everyone. But if he's talking about like, come on, this guy's a YouTuber, he gets paid lots of money, he doesn't have much financial struggle. There are people in different countries right now who their families are in war, like hardcore. They don't have much. They don't have money. They don't have food. They're going through probably worse situations than you. If you're going through something that bad, you shouldn't have showed up to that podcast. That's what I'm saying. I'm not slamming his struggles. No, I have struggles myself. Probably not as bad as the ones he's gone through. I'm just saying.
call every one of you guys and check in on you. No one checked in on me. Mike, you checked in on me the first time I called you. Yes, I'm going through things. And I will admit, Mike consistently checked in on me afterwards. The only person that was there wasn't family, wasn't friends, wasn't coworkers. It was my Jesus Christ. And he's the one that...
Not even your girl, Belle?
Jesus Christ, I don't think should be referred to as a person. I think it's kind of offensive almost, but Jesus is Jesus.
Belle didn't know.
So Georgie, are you...
There's some people that can't express,
you
bro.
don't-
Like
you're
can't-
asking for a babysitter. You're 29.
No, I'm
Like,
not. I'm just saying you can't knock something that I gone through and helped save me.
I'm not knocking that.
But you
at all.
don't know the steps that I took. And there's a lot of people, I believe that the Bible would weigh more than a therapist. And that's my belief. I truly believe that because I believe there's a lot more wisdom in the Bible than a human being that's dealing with their own drama could give me pointers on.
Yes, the Bible does help, but that doesn't mean you don't seek help with the medical professional. If you're going through something mentally that bad, then go get some help. Go get a therapist really quick and find out that everybody has to go through struggles in their life. I'm not saying the Bible doesn't teach it. I'm just saying that you could just go with the professional as well. Read the Bible and also go with the professional, because sometimes people read something and don't know how to implement. He could read the Bible all he wants, but if he doesn't implement it, things don't change. Same thing with the therapist. You can see a therapist all you want, but if you don't implement, things don't change.
Do I feel like it's pointless to have a therapist? Absolutely not. That's why I
there's probably merit in that. And I think I agree with you. Leaving the Bible up for interpretation, which it is, people are going to read it differently. So while it may be really beneficial for you, way more beneficial than a therapist, it might not be for someone else. That one-on-one conversation with another human, a practice that has been proven to work.
Not for everybody.
Not for everyone. Not for everyone.
Same as faith doesn't work for everybody. Everybody's going to find a practice that works best for them.
I know. And I know George, and I know very well.
Yeah.
And I know you could benefit a lot from a therapist.
Okay. And noted. I do feel like, and no disrespect to anybody, I think when it comes to emotional intelligence, I think I'm the smartest one here.
Darn it, George. Darn it, George. You were going so good. You had it, George. You had it. You just had to mess up. You just had to say that. Come on, Georgie. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. Look at Logan's face. Like, what did you just say to me? The fact that this man is sitting in a room with a bunch of different people. Yeah, there's 2 people right here, but all the camera guys, whatever. And said to them,
As far as emotional intelligence, I think I am the smartest one here.
egotistic, and you just proved yourself that you're not the smartest one in the room. You don't sit in the room and say that you're the most emotionally intelligent person when everybody in that room saw you storm off that exact same podcast the week before. At this point, George is roasting himself.
Comes to emotional intelligence. I'm sorry. And I will say this confidently in front of all of you guys.
I'm happily willing to bow out.
I know when it comes to emotions, I'm the first one to notice things and handle things, and I privately handle things. I've had private conversations with many people here I will not mention. I've had private conversations with your family members I will never mention.
Emotional intelligence in what vertical, though? That's my question.
Wait. No. Because what you said, I'm sorry, doesn't fucking matter. This isn't like a measuring emotional intelligence contest.
No, bro, you brought it up. But
what's the point of saying that?
The point is you brought it up that I needed it for that, and I feel like that is actually my strongest suit in life.
I'm not saying you're emotionally unintelligent. I'm saying I think you lack in that vertical from where you could be.
Okay.
Makes sense?
It does. But also, here's another thing, bro. Like, we've been going down this rabbit hole together, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really do, because I do look at you like my brother, and we're gonna bump heads. You're gonna have your beliefs, and I'm gonna have my beliefs. I just wrestle to make sure that there's love involved. I have to, bro, because you got to understand, like, I watched it destroy families, and it's not, religion just didn't destroy families, bro. It destroys countries. It destroys the world.
That's part of his argument.
Exactly. So, but I'm fighting for everybody. And so I really did get hurt when we're joking around. You're like, yo, yeah, you believe in Christians and they hate gays. And that crushed me, because there's a lot of people that I love that are gay. So when you put me in that box, I'm like, bro, I am the farthest from
I ain't putting you in any box. You are putting yourself in that box.
No.
Yes, you are.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Okay, there's a mass shooting. A white guy does it. Do I look at you and be like, all white people are on the fence to go do a mass shooting? No, I don't put you in that box, bro.
It wasn't my decision to be white, so that argument's irrelevant.
I would have said atheist.
It was your decision to be a
shoots
Christian.
up a school.
Well, no, because a lot of people that have different religions
are school shooters.
But my point is, I'm not running to label you, bro. I would rather want to sit and understand you and learn from you than judge you and put you in a box.
There's also a lot of denominations that have come around to the idea of homosexuality. I think that stating that Christianity in general is a homosexuality hating religion is like a blanket statement that does not cover the entirety of the truth.
Well, also it's not true, because if you do not love thy neighbor, and that means gay or straight, then you are not a child of God. That is literally quoted in the Bible.
Yeah, but what about conversion therapy? Like,
what is conversion therapy?
Something your church does, George.
Stop saying my church, bro. I don't know what.
But it's something your church does.
But it's also something
you don't know what's my church name.
I don't know.
Exactly, bro. You do this a lot.
Is it a church that practices Christianity?
These are blanket
statements. Is it a church that practices Christianity? Yes or no?
Yes, but the church
the Christian church runs conversion therapy.
So does atheists. So do atheists. There's a lot of people.
I think that's
atheist church.
No, it doesn't. It's not.
What are you talking about?
Conversion therapy is not a church-sponsored exercise. It's a scientific and
I don't have this stat, but I would argue that there is probably a higher concentration of conversion therapy classes or courses, whatever they are, in Christian churches.
I would like to see the stats to back that.
Actually, that's both of you guys are completely wrong. There's religions that will put them to death.
No. Because what I'm saying is, my argument would be that the majority of conversion therapy happens as a result of parental recommendations that are not necessarily backed in religion or anything, besides the fact that the parents don't want their kids to be transitioning into something that they believe they're not, in a gender role. Also, like, there's so many different factors and so many different situations here. The way things are delivered is a massive thing. Logan, as you said earlier, notoriously, and I've stated this to him, he knows this, has one of the worst deliveries ever when it comes to criticism, when it comes to talking about things. He's a big swinging, egotistical in arguments, and that's a fact.
Do you want to know why?
That's a fact.
Do you want to know why?
But let me not to
no,
bash
but you bash me. You attack my character.
I haven't.
No, I said
I haven't.
He's not saying you.
I'm not bashing anybody.
Mike just described Logan perfectly. His delivery is trash, and then right now he's about to say that the reason he does it is because he loves them and he wants to be brutally honest with them so they can grow to their max potential. And I say that fast because these guys just take forever to say it. They keep interrupting each other. I'm sick of it. Logan's delivery just sucks, and yeah, he does have his problem is that he's very certain in what he thinks about a certain religion. For example, he thinks Christians hate LGBTs, right? He thinks they hate them and they don't want to see them at all. Okay, some religions might, but you can't just say that about a religion that you've never been in. If he's not a Christian himself, he doesn't follow up with what they believe in. He doesn't research what they believe in. He can't just sit there and tell someone who does believe in it that their religion believes in this for sure. You know, he's forcing it. There isn't much I can say here about that, but what I will say is that a bunch of people are going to start roasting him for it. He might have to apologize, but yeah, his phrasing is trash, but he was kind of attacking the religion for what they believe in, that he says they believe in, which he thinks they believe in that. He believes it 100% that that's the truth, but not necessarily. Don't be surprised if Logan has to apologize for this video. It does feel like he's attacking a religion for what they believe in, and that religion just happens to be one of the biggest in the world. So don't be surprised when they start coming at you for that in the comments and making videos about it. It might go big. You might see Logan apologizing for this. But in your defense, I'm gonna show you guys some clips. This guy's acting as if he was on that good stuff before the podcast. You know, I don't know, it's weird.
But like,
Are you talking about like this?
nah, not necessarily. Yeah. No, because okay. All right. Yeah, you want to go rate a burger after this, babe? No, because you burger she wrote 9.2. It's a 9. You like that? It's a 9.6. 9.6, I said. Yeah.
Check out these pythons.
Turn on.
It's like, no, let's do cocaine. Me and you. Because I think I put you running through my veins. No, because I think we'll go to Hi-Ho after. No, me and you, babe.
Is he Hulk Hogan? What's going on?
No, because I think there's
I gotta go home. I gotta go home.
Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, subscribe. I'm out.